Are you looking for the best home generators? In this video, we will look at some of the 5 best generators on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. EcoFlow Delta Portable Power Station. The EcoFlow Delta is a very different device to the generators we have looked at so far. It doesn't use a motor to create electricity, and instead it uses a large lithium battery to store power until needed. It is primarily designed to be charged via solar panels, and most models between 10 and 65 volts will work as long as they have a compatible connector. There are advantages and disadvantages to this type of device. Charging via a 400W panel can take 4 to 8 hours, or it can be plugged into a standard household outlet, reducing that time to around 1.6 hours. A further alternative is to use a 12V DC car socket, though that can take 13.5 hours. Clearly, fueling a gasoline generator is much faster, and the EcoFlow's 1,800 running watts will only provide backup for a few home essentials. However, the big advantage with this solar generator is that it produces zero emissions, and therefore is completely safe to use indoors, and is also silent. If additional power is required, it can run in parallel with another unit, giving double the output, but the cable costs extra. The EcoFlow Delta has a surprisingly large number of outlets. There are 6 standard 120V household sockets, for USB-A, 2 fast charging, and 2 USB-C. While perhaps best suited to powering laptops, tablets, and devices with relatively low power demands, it could run a fridge for around 8 hours or a CPAP machine for around 18 hours. Given its lightweight and portability, it's an excellent choice for recreational purposes, and although it would have limited use on a job site, DIY enthusiasts might prefer using the EcoFlow to running extension cables when power isn't readily available. The EcoFlow Delta isn't a cheap solution, or a particularly powerful one, but the benefit of free solar power and zero emissions makes it by far the most eco-friendly way to generate backup power for your home. Number 2. Generac 7127iQ 3500-3500 Watt Portable Inverter Generator. Inverter generators are popular because they are quiet, have low fuel consumption, and produce low emissions. The Generac IQ 3500 is a good example. In terms of noise, it is rated at just 55 decibels at half load, which is significantly quieter than other gasoline generators on our list. The 212 cubic centimeters for stroke motor will run for around 9 hours on a 2.6-gallon tank of gas, again, at half load, giving an impressive fuel economy of 0.29 gallons per hour. It is also CARB compliant, but it doesn't appear to be EPA listed for some reason. There is no indication why not, but CARB requirements are more strict anyway. While peak watts of 3,500 will only provide emergency backup for a few household devices, one of the most interesting features of this generator is the ability to run 2 of them in parallel. Doing so provides double the power, which would be particularly useful to those who had bought one and then found they needed additional output. Rather than buying a larger generator, perhaps at a higher cost, another IQ 3500 could be added. A special cable is required to run them together, and this costs extra. The Generac IQ 3500 has push-button starting and a pull cord as a backup in case the battery goes flat. There are 2 standard 120V, 20A household outlets, a 30A outlet, and 2 5A USB sockets, and a THD of just 3% makes it very safe for laptops, tablets, and phones. Additionally, a multifunction LED displays watts, generator status, runtime remaining, and fuel level. A rugged steel casing protects the Generac IQ 3500 generator from bumps and knocks if used for camping or at work. Carry handles are built into the top, but at 109 pounds, it's substantial and would really need 2 people to move it around as wheels have not been fitted. Number 3. Westinghouse WGen 12,000 Home Backup Portable Generator. Westinghouse is another of the world's leading generator brands, and with peak power of 15 kilowatts, their high-performance WGen 12000 is one of the most powerful portable generators on the market. It is a viable alternative to a fixed generator for small home backup, and is not only transfer switch ready, but when connected to the main breaker box, it can operate automatically in the event of a blackout. Electricity is generated by an impressive 713 cubic centimeters V-twin 4-stroke engine that is EPA and CARB compliant. It does run a little louder than our other top picks, at around 74 decibels, but that's comparable with similar-sized competitors. This generator is started via a push button on the unit, or a remote key fob. The gas tank is 10.5 gallons, giving a runtime of 11 hours, however, at almost a gallon an hour it isn't particularly economical. There is also a low oil level shutoff sensor that prevents potential damage. The Westinghouse WGen 12000 is another generator that can run at 120V or 240V, making it attractive for job site use or for other professionals. There are two standard 120V 20A sockets, both fitted with GFCIs, ground fault circuit interrupters, making them safe for outdoor use. There are also two 30A outlets, one 50A outlet, and two 5V USB ports. The Westinghouse has a THD, total harmonic distortion, of under 5%, meaning the power supply is very even. This makes it safe to run delicate electronics like laptops directly from the unit. A little surprisingly, this generator is not RV ready, though an adapter could be added to the 30A outlet. Wheels and lift-up handles help with portability, though at 352 pounds without fuel or oil, it does take some effort to move around. It also requires a considerable investment. That said, the Westinghouse WGen 12000 is hugely popular, and for those who need this level of performance at home or work, it has few rivals. Number 4. WGen 6000 watt RV-ready portable generator. One have built a reputation for reliable and durable equipment at very affordable prices. While they are often no-frills devices, the GN 6000 generator bucks the trend with a host of user-friendly features that make it easy to live with, and very versatile. The generator is based around a powerful 272 cubic centimeters per stroke engine that is EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, and CARB, California Air Resources Board, compliant, thus meeting low emissions regulations. Its noise rating is 68 decibels. It has pull starting, similar to that found on many lawnmowers, rather than a push button, but requires little effort. The 3.4-gallon tank gives 7.5 hours of runtime at half load, i.e. 50% output. Obviously this will drop if it is working harder, which might well be the case if it's used for home backup. If it did run out of gas it would need to be left 15 minutes before refueling. The WGen 6000 generator can fulfill a variety of roles. It has a twist-lock socket for a transfer switch so it could be set up for direct attachment to the household breaker box. A professional should perform the installation. There is a TT30A receptacle for direct connection to an RV, and there are also two standard 120V 20A outlets and a 12V DC socket, the same as the cigarette lighter in a vehicle. Interestingly, it can run at either 120V or 240V, making it an ideal option for large air compressors or professional welding equipment. A digital data meter displays voltage, run time, and there's also a fuel gauge. Wheels and fold-down handles make the WGen 6000 generator easy to move around, though pneumatic tires would be better than the solid plastic ones included. It's a minor criticism of what is otherwise a solid, dependable, and versatile machine that can provide essential home backup and portable power for work, camping, or RV use. Given the low price, it's an unbeatable value for money. Number 5. Generac Guardian 24 kilowatts home standby generator. No brand has a greater presence in the home generator market than Generac, who have an unrivaled reputation for performance and reliability. Over 2 million houses have one of their standby home generator systems. The Guardian is the most powerful air-cooled model currently available, yet the relatively compact dimensions make it easy to find space for. Generac claims it can be installed just 18 inches from the building. The power output of the Guardian when running on propane is up to 24 kilowatts. It will also run on natural gas, but because it burns cooler, the maximum output drops to 21 kilowatts, which is still enough power for many medium to large homes. Noise is rated at just 67 decibels when running normally. The Generac Guardian performs a self-test once a week, during which it runs at just 57 decibels. All generators require periodic maintenance, though with this model it's needed just once a year. Wi-Fi monitoring is provided via the PWRview smartphone app. which is available for Android and iOS. This allows owners to monitor performance, status, and provides fault or maintenance alerts. Generac says that proper use of the information can allow homeowners to reduce energy consumption by up to 20%. They are of course referring to when the generator is running, rather than when taking power from the grid. The system is automatic, so a remote control isn't necessary. Complaints about the Generac Guardian are almost non-existent. It is quite an expensive option, but has few competitors in terms of the performance delivered for the money. Somewhat frustratingly, a transfer switch, which is an absolute necessity, is not part of the package. While this is common practice with some portable generators, we would have expected one to be included with a unit in this price range.